Hey there, Cancer. This is Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. If this is the first time you've been here, thanks for stopping by. Stick around, see if there's something of value for you. If there is, be sure to like, or better yet, leave me a comment. Let me know how it resonates. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, I cannot thank you enough. It is so exciting to watch my channel grow, and it's happening because of you. So I'm really appreciative. Thank you so much. For the new year, I wanted to do something a little different. Instead of using the energies of the moon, which are very transitory, they change several times during the week, right? I went with the outer planets because they'll be mostly stationary where they are, well, not stationary, but they move very slowly. And some of them do years through different signs. And so I felt like that was a good place to go to see how we can use the energy. And then the energies of these will trigger different things as they come in contact with your natal planets and also where other planets are. And so there's like all these things that happen. And so how can I do this? I thought, to make it useful. And so what I'm asking for is for sun, moon, and rising advice on how to handle the transits as they happen, as they trigger, because when they're in a square, which is at 90 degrees, it can be kind of rough. And if it's at an opposition at 180 degrees, that's tough. And then sometimes when it's in conjunction or right on top of you, can really set off some stuff. But it also depends on what's going on around it. So let's take a look and see what we can find out for 2019. This has been a very interesting journey that I'm having through the signs here. And so I think that you're going to find this of value. So I want to start with Jupiter. Jupiter is in Sagittarius, and we're going to get guidance for that using the Sacred Power cards from from Anna Stark. But Jupiter is about expansion, and it's in its home sign of Sagittarius, so it's like on steroids this year. It's so excited, and it just wants to expand and give and just really send things out into the universe and make them bigger and better. And so how can you best utilize this energy for Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising? How to best utilize this energy in a way that is the most productive for your highest good, that is the most beneficial in your life. That is the guidance we are seeking as we're exploring this energy of Jupiter. Jupiter and Sagittarius. So how can Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising get the most from this energy? There we go. Tree of Life. Tree of Life. This is about getting in alignment with your chakras. This is about working from the ground up, getting rooted, working your energy all the way up until you're expanding and reaching out into the universe. And it's about growth, and it's about all the areas of your life. And so Jupiter is going to touch so much of what's going on, but you're going to need to be grounded. That's going to be really key this year, staying grounded. Don't get too, don't let your emotions get the best of you, right? So get grounded, and I expect that there will be expansion and growth going on in areas of life that are important. But Saturn, okay, so Saturn might have something to say about that. So let's just see what happens there. But Cancer, okay, so we have Mars. Mars just moved into Aries today, and it's the planet of let's go, let's get some action done. And then we've got Jupiter going, yeah, let's do that, let's make it bigger and better. And then Saturn's going to be like, whoa, hold on, where are the boundaries, where are the guidelines? So to get a little information on that, we're using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms from Colette Baron Reed, just to kind of get some guidance on how to best use this energy of Saturn and Capricorn. Again, it's in its home sign. It's really happy to be giving boundaries and limitations and stuff. And you have a beautiful card. It says divine guidance, higher knowing. Okay, so if you have Gemini in your chart, make sure you look that. You should definitely check your horizon on all these. I'm sorry, I'm moving you around here, just trying to make it work. But look, they had both of these cards, and I shuffled before we even got on camera. Okay, so here we go. This is about you seeking that higher knowledge, about reaching up, like being grounded, but reaching up and following your intuition and really listening to your higher self. That is how you are going to know what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to go. It feels like you have lots of opportunities opening up this year. That's what it feels like. That's amazing energy. Chiron is between Saturn and Uranus, and it is, you can see Saturn, but you can't see Uranus with the naked eye. And so it's between the seen and the unseen. It's what's sometimes visible and sometimes hidden. Okay. And Chiron, it's an asteroid. And the mythology of that is Chiron was a centaur, and centaurs are like, in Sagittarius, so they're the art, right, in battle. But they were also the teachers, and he was a very gifted healer, and people came from everywhere to be healed by him. And he was an immortal, and he had all this wisdom and knowledge, and he was an amazing teacher. And he was, in wars. He went to battle, and so he was in a battle and he got shot in the heel, the Achilles heel, right? And he got hurt and he couldn't heal his own self. This is the wounded healer. This is where we have to put all of our effort and action in our life. We're going to over and over see, like, oh my gosh, that happening again. That happens again. It has to happen all the time, and it really, really hurts when it does. That's probably where Chiron is triggering something in your chart. So he was in so much pain and he couldn't heal himself. And because he was immortal, Zeus took him out of his physical body and created him as a spiritual body. And that is how he became the asteroid. And so with the energy of this, it's moving out of Pisces, where it was very emotional, and it's moving into the fiery energy of Aries. And so the question becomes, Cancer, how do we use this energy of Chiron to help heal ourselves and to move ourselves forward? What area is this going to trigger? What do we need to do? How is this going to affect our lives? This is deep work here. And we're starting to really get into, the further out we go, the harder things become, and you have self-sabotage. You have self-sabotage. Cancer. There are lots of ways to self-sabotage. It's by doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results. That's not good. Words you speak. Really important. Speak in the affirmative. When you speak in, oh, this always happens to me, then you create that atmosphere and you draw that and attract that to you. And that's not what you want to do if you're trying to heal the wound, right? And sometimes digging down into the whys help. But I think for you this year, Cancer, it is going to be about not sinking into the same routine of doing things the same old way. When those things trigger you that always hurt, then you find a different way to do it. And you don't, like good things are going to happen. Don't go over, but this can't last. So if you say this can't last, then it's not going to last. And that's the self-sabotage. You have to enter into this with the idea that I can create whatever I want in my universe, and I am a magnificent creator, manifester of what I want and what is abundance. And so to not self-sabotage, you need to speak in affirmative I am statements. I am abundant. I am loved. I am whatever it is you want. I am creative. I am driven. Don't sabotage by saying the negative things, because that is where the danger lies for you. All right. So then we move into Uranus, and Uranus is currently in Aries, and it's moving into Taurus on March 6th. Uranus likes chaos. It creates chaos. It creates disaster. It really does. But then always there's something beautiful that comes from it. It's like it shakes things up to create something new. For instance, when Uranus moved into Taurus last May, and the volcanoes erupted, because Taurus rules Earth, and it was moving out of Aries, which is about fire. And it dipped barely into Taurus. And so it set off these volcanic explosions in Hawaii. But with that chaos, right, that is how the Hawaiian Islands were created, was through volcanic eruptions. So something good can come of it. And then it backed up into Aries. And Aries is about fire and starting. And what do we have? All these fires in California. And so the beautiful thing that's going to come out of that, we have to wait to see what it is. Is it going to be the spirit of the communities? Is it going to be there are certain animals and plants that can only grow after a forest fire? Is it going to be that they're going to learn different ways to manage their land? I don't know. It's very global, very large, right? But in your own world, things are smaller. And so where does this chaos happen? Where is this going to happen? What's going to be affected by it could be something to do with property, money, could be love, because Taurus rules these areas of your life. It could also be about what you find of value, and that could be your self-esteem, your self-worth. For you, Cancer, this is happening in your ninth house of higher learning, travel, knowledge, that kind of thing. And so it could have something to do with that. So self-value, self-worth, So when Taurus gets in there and this happens, what is the best way for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising to handle this chaos that's going to occur? This changes, the shakeup. It's kind of like the kaleidoscope that gets shooken up, and then you see what you get after that. So let's see, what is the advice? What is the best way forward to handle all this chaotic energy? And you have the Honorable Warrior. I take a stand for positive change. I take a stand for positive change. So do not self-sabotage. Look for the positivity. Whatever is going to happen, when it gets shaken up, look for the good. This is how you avoid the self-sabotaging. Reach for your higher self and intuition to figure out where to go. Stay grounded and be a warrior for good and positive things in your life. And I stand for positive change. Be the honorable warrior. Do not sink into the negative self-defeating talk that's so easy to do. I speak as a Cancer Sun when I say this. I'm not picking on you. It is very easy to sink into the negative part of it, and instead we're being asked to kind of stay on the shore instead of running into the water. Instead of hiding, and being negative, stand your ground. Stick your claw out there and pinch something. Do not self-sabotage. Stand your ground. Be honorable, though, right? And stay in contact with your higher self. All right, Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces. It'll be there all year. And Neptune, again, is in its own sign, and it's super happy there. And for Cancer, Pisces is in your 8th house of deep transformation, spiritual goals, dreams, hopes, wishes, inspiration. This could be very powerful change for you. And so let's just see what kind of guidance we can get. And for this, I'm using the Angels of Atlantis cards. I used your Sacred Wealth code cards for this one. Okay, I'm not sure. There we go. I'm not sure, so we'll take more than one. So that would be heal yourself in a Seagull for the self-sabotaging card here. She does our color cards. All right, so transformation is going to happen when you use empathy, when you put yourself in the other person's shoes, when you step out of yourself. Do not self-sabotage. You step out of yourself and you look at the situation from someone else's point of view. It's not all about you, Cancer. And instead you stand and you be that honorable warrior. You stand for positive change. You try to make a change. You stand rooted and grounded, and you are in connection. You are in contact with your higher self, and you're using empathy for yourself and for others. And faith. And faith. Empathy and faith. So faith and belief that things are going to change, things are going to be better, things are going to happen, and trust that they're going to happen. And that's how you can avoid this whole self-sabotage thing, is by believing that these changes, these good things that you want are actually happening, they're going to happen. And if you steer your thought pattern away from the negative, then you avoid the self-sabotaging. I took a deep breath there because I could, just like all this pressure was building up. And then when I said that, it's just like all of a sudden, okay, yeah, no, that would work. That would work. So the positive self-talking is going to be really important for you. Very important. We're having a new moon, and the moon really affects you, but we have a new moon solar eclipse happening January 5th in the sign of Capricorn, which is in your 7th house of partnerships, but it comes full. It's got the energy, will shoot out for 6 months into the middle of your birth month in July, when it goes into a full moon in Capricorn. And so the first half of the year is a really powerful opportunity for you to really do something. So I want you to be thinking about that, but I want to talk about Pluto for a minute here. Pluto is your deep transformative changes, right? And this will be, Pluto is in Capricorn. So we're talking 7th house. changes in relationships and oh my God. Okay. This is exciting. Do not self-sabotage because what you want wants you. Don't worry about it. Don't be concerned that you aren't going to get it. Believe, have that faith that what you really, really want, you can really, really have. You can really create it. And you have inspiration. So this is 7th house of partnerships. This is great news. This is the part where you finally get what you've been seeking, right? So stay rooted, stay grounded, have empathy for the people around you. And this new moon, oh my God, take advantage of it. So you sit down and you write out, I am lovable. I am loving. I am empathetic. I am a successful person. I am a manifester of miracles. I am abundant. Whatever the I am statements is going to be really important. And you write that down on a piece of paper with your hand. Don't put it on the computer. Write it out and put it on paper and flip it over and then write all the things you're grateful for. And then do this on Saturday or Sunday or Monday because the 72 hours after the new moon are very powerful. And this is a very powerful new moon for you. And so then burn it. Put it up into the ethers. Turn it over to God, universe, spirit, divine. However you want to lay that force of light and good and that draws and brings all the good things to you. Turn it over. Turn it over. And watch for the miracles to happen. They're happening this year. And if you believe in it, and if you have the faith in it, what you want wants you. Oh, that does not suck, right? Okay, so for some actual guidance of practical steps, I went with the Angels of Abundance cards from Doreen and Grant Virtue just to give you an action step. Self-sabotaging. You have released jealousy. If there is something that you want and somebody else has it and you don't think you can have it, and then you can't. So you need to release the jealousy. You need to release that lower vibrational energy. You need to let go of your, I don't have that, I'm disappointed feeling because that's self-sabotaging. Let it go and believe that you can have it also. There is enough goodness and wealth and abundance of all kinds, material, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. There is enough of that out there for everybody to have some. So just because somebody has it doesn't mean you can't have it. But if you say, oh, they always get it and I don't get, then you're creating that atmosphere. So you need to release the jealousy. It's very low vibrational. It blocks the opportunities for the universe to bring you stuff. Don't block. Don't block, let it go. Let it go. Remember that what you want wants you. Have faith in that. Be a warrior for positive change. Stay rooted and reach for the stars, right? Listen to your intuition. These are the things that you are supposed to do. I hope you will come back on Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm doing a live Q&A for the new moon. I do a little quick reading for everybody, and then I take questions. And I take them until I get tired or the questions run out, whichever comes first. So come and do that. And if not, I will see you next week with the weeklies. But I hope you will at least even come back, do the new moon intentions. Do it. And so one more piece of guidance from the Gateway cards from Denise Lynn, and you have proceed softly. My inner power grows in moments of quietude. This is about self-reflection. This is about believing. This is about meditating. This is about drawing on your faith and your personal empathy. This is about listening to your intuition. This is about not speaking negatively, right? It says proceeding softly. And to me, that's like, don't be really loud and brash, and don't be putting things out there in the universe for that to be what you draw back that you don't want. Don't be being negative about people or situations or anything like that, because then you create that in your life. So release the jealousy, release the negativity, let it go. Be a warrior for positive affirmations. So write your positive affirmation list. It's a big job, but you are so supported here. This is your opportunity, Cancer, to really turn things around in the direction you want. So I really hope you take advantage of this year, 2019. Really suggest using the power of this eclipse coming up. And let's do this. And Cancer, we get a new moon solar eclipse in July. And so break your year into halves. I'm going to do that this half, and then we can come back and do it again in July in our birth month and send it back out there, right? We've got this. We got this. You can do this. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Leave me a comment. Let me know if it resonates. I'd really like to know how it resonates in your life. I would really appreciate that. And give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. Then you'll know when I'm doing a video. Okay. All right. You guys take care, and I will talk to you soon.